Hello everybody and welcome to another Transformers third-party review. Today I'm taking a look at the DX9 War in Pocket X18 bumper and X19 QUAKER, aka Slag and Sludge, but itty bitty tiny ones. These are the DX9 War in Pockets and these are gorgeous. What fantastic little pieces of engineering. These arrived the other day along with the DX9 Hanzo, and the review for him is already live. You can check that out by pressing the information button up the top here. But let's take a look at these little guys. They are of course legend size, but they pack in the detail. You've got some really nice smoked plastic on the side there. They feel a little bit more hollow, but that's because it's a lot of shell there and there's a lot involved with the transformation. I love this cartoon yellow though, it's fantastic. The yellow is painted over on here. It's not the same yellow as we get with the actual plastic, but these are pre-production samples, so that may differ slightly, but I really like how these look. That's pretty much what they were in the cartoon. That yellow is very nice, especially Slag. Look at him. He's got this really nice chromed mane. He's got this chrome jaw which can open up as well. Very vibrant blue eye. Nice translucent plastic being used on the horns. Again, we've got this smoked plastic and circuitry throughout, and the painted yellow, and then we get this big bright yellow on the tail. Again, very cartoon accurate. See, I would love these colours, but in masterpiece size. I'm not fussed about it looking realistic. I want it to look like the cartoon. For a scale comparison, I think they work exceptionally well with the current Legends line. I mean, they kind of tower over them, but then again, that's kind of what dinosaurs would look like, isn't it? I guess. I don't know. Now, when it comes to transformation for these two, it's quite intuitive and it's very different to what we get with the masterpiece figures. Obviously, we're dealing on a smaller scale, but I like what they've done. Split these top and side sections all the way down to the tail. You want to make sure that the legs are facing upwards and in this way, because the clearance is very, very minimal here. There's literally a few mil there, and it just goes up and around. It's very, very tight on that joint. Look at that. And then we can just bring the leg back down. You want to do this on both sides. Untab the back section from the side of this yellow section. Just untab it and bring the leg down. You want to lift this hinge up and over, and that's going to come on the inside here. This tail is going to flip down, and as we bring this tail down, this section comes up, this section comes out to form the toe, and then this tail section gets brought back in again to form the rest of the foot. Now, I think that's fantastic. Bring this back section away from the neck. That now allows us to lift these wing sections up like so, making sure there's enough clearance between the chrome section. You then want to bring the dino legs down, and unlike the masterpiece figures, these dino legs actually just fold away, and they're going to be stored at the back there, behind the actual head. Come down to this torso section. You want to pull that out. That's on a ball joint. That's going to rotate around like so. And we're going to bring this section up, and that's just going to tab in quite securely onto the front like so. Then bring the mouth section down, bring it all the way down and place it down, and there is your head reveal. Bring the waist and legs backwards and bring this waist section forwards, and then just finish off by tidying up those legs at the back. Come around to the hands. Now, these are nearly impossible to get out because there's no tabs here at all, but the way of getting around that is to plug your weapons in and then just bring the sword up, and the same can be done with your guns. Just plug those in and bring the hands up. Next up, it's the old Sludge Meister. You want to, again, move the leg sections up and out on these hinges. Press and untab the tail section. That's on a hinge which will rock over and down to the back. That now allows us to gain access to these sections. They need to be split like so, and again we have very minimal clearance. You bring that around and then we can bring that around. Again with this side you want to bring that up and under like so, and then bring those arms around. We can bring the head up. Split the leg section, that comes all the way down to the neck as well, so that's going to split. The whole lot is going to split. You really need some sort of nails or something to get in here, because it's very, very difficult to open up because it pegs very securely. There we go, that's pegged in. You want to lift the legs up. You want to open this tab section here, rotate this section down, straighten up the leg, move this section up and around, then rotate this section back on itself, and this section tucks in nicely behind the foot. You then want to extend this section here. That now allows this section to go up, round, and rotate that up and over to form the back of the heel. It's a very tight fit to get it over this section here. You want to then push it back in like so. It's very, very tight. The clearance is very minimal. I would really have liked a little bit of a longer peg, but it's in nonetheless, and that is your foot. Do the same with this side. So you want to lift this section out and down, extend the leg fully. Let's bring this section out first, turn it, bring it up and over, and then collapse that back down like so. Just adjust the foot so it's flat. We can then bring this back in, rotate this on a hinge, bring the ball joint back, turn the head, and then push this section into the foot section. That is pretty much how the leg goes. Straighten those up, rotate this upper torso around like so, bring it back upwards, and as it comes up, these sections are just going to nip together like so. Bring the shoulders back down, bring the shoulder back down, make sure this section's down. The wings can be adjusted, and like we did with Slag, to get access to the hands, bring this section down, bring your weapon in, bring the hands up, and the same goes for the gun. Open the section up, bring in your gun, peg that in, bring it up, rotate the gun round, and there we have him. And here they both are transformed up into their robot modes, and these are my favourite Dinobot toys that I own. They are awesome little chappies. Now, they're not without their faults. You don't really want to stand very well. They're kind of uneven where everything tucks away. It's the little things like the head poking out. The stability is just not quite spot on. But my goodness me, the sculpt is absolutely sublime. The colours, yes, they may differ slightly when we get the official release, because these are pre-production samples as previously noted, but I mean, these look incredible. I love the yellow. Just something about it, it's very, very vibrant. I mean, the sculpts themselves are fantastic considering the size. I mean, these are tiny little figures, but that's an amazing expression on his head. I mean, that's my fingernail. Absolutely incredible. Okay, yes, you can see some of the imperfections here on the chrome when you get in this close. But that's brilliant. Got his nice sword. And of course, we have a gun. These are so good. Exceptional. Again, sword and gun. Now, whilst we're getting up close and personal, let's cover the articulation in the robot mode. The heads can look left and can look right. We don't get any tilt. Can't really move it up and down. There's a little bit of motion there, but not really a great deal. The shoulders can come inwards and outwards. We have the ability to move the back wings to avoid any hindrance. We can go all the way round. We've got a really nice range there. We do have a bend at the elbow. Mine is extremely tight on this test shot. There is an upper bicep rotation, and there is no articulation on the hands. I would like maybe a peg behind the wrist so we can get some wrist rotation there. The waist is a fixed unit. There is no rotation there because it's all joined on to this back hinge section. We can get some up and down motion there, but that's due to the transformation. That's a slight downer, but I mean, we do get a nice turn on the head, so we can get some sideways posing, but I would have liked some waist swivel. The legs can come this far forwards and this far backwards and come out to the side. We have an upper thigh rotation, and we do have a nice bend at the knee. See, I think it's fantastic how they've done this. It's completely different to what I was expecting. I didn't expect the head section and the front arms to form the legs. It's normally the other way around. Normally the upper arms will form the front legs, and then the legs are normally stowed away inside. And it's good. It's a very clever transformation. I especially like this smoked plastic section on the front here. Very G1 toy. Nice use of the blue, and again we've got these nice highlighted sections along the dino feet. You can see that the yellow here is painted over the silver. Maybe that'll be a little bit more vibrant on the final release, but it's still a very good looking figure. Articulation on Slag is very similar. The head does rotate, but it is a bit of a job to get your fingers in there to turn it, because there is some hindrance from the big chunky dino head. And speaking of chunky, we do have a fair bit of back kibble there, where we have the dino arms folding in behind the back. Standing like that, it's not horrendous. He does tend to lean back. We do have a fairly substantial foot base here, which prevents him from toppling over. The shoulders again can come out, and we get a nice rotation there. We get a bend at the elbow, and we do get that upper bicep rotation. Again, due to this joint being attached to the upper torso, there is no waist rotation in there. The legs can come this far forwards, this far backwards. We can come out to the side. There is an upper thigh rotation. Again, that's a very stiff joint. And we do get a very similar range with the bend on the knee. Coming down to the feet, we do get a little bit of up and down motion on the toes, but that is literally it. Now, in my opinion, scale-wise, I think they scale pretty well. They tower over some of the Legends figures, and I think that's a good thing. They were bigger bots. I mean, they're not ridiculously huge. They're more kind of deluxe size figure. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's a look at the X18 Bumper and X19 QUAKER from the DX9 War in Pocket range. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Personally, I think DX9 are on a roll with this, and of course their 6-shot. I think they are doing fantastic at the moment, and these Legend scale figures are a very good purchase because they're small. They don't take up the room that your masterpiece figures do, and they definitely don't lack detailing. The detailing, the paint apps, and the overall effort and thought that's gone into the transformation on these figures is extremely impressive. Thank you all for watching. I hope you found this video useful. If you have, feel free to give it a big thumbs up, share and subscribe, and until next time, from myself, Bumper and QUAKER, goodbye.